Hello guys, good morning or good afternoon. Welcome back to another weekly update of my channel. I am Jules. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you being here. And for those of you guys who have been watching for what seems like forever, I think we've finished we're finishing my fourth year of doing videos, I think. About 2.5, 3 years of doing like some sort of stitch with me, but got to be at least 300 videos at least out there. But thank you guys so much, especially for those who have been around for a really long time. I do appreciate it, and I hope that I continue to provide some cross-stitching inspiration, and also to just kind of open your eyes up, or open some people's eyes up to all the different things that cross-stitch can be. For those who do watch my channel, you know that what I do is different from a lot of folks. It's not better in any way, it's just different. I get a lot less projects done, but when I get a project done like this one, it's really something that I love. And that's the bottom line with any kind of cross-stitch project, is that you stitch what you love. Don't try to do anything that you think is just going to look nice and, I think I'll stitch this. You will never finish it. Stitch only what you love. So if you don't really want to tackle one of these big baddies, then let me do it for you. I'll just stitch and you guys can watch me. So in case you're wondering, if you haven't seen this particular project before, we pulled this baby out of storage. This is from Cross Stitch Collectibles, and it is New York City street scene from 1919. It uses about, I'd say roughly about 20 colors. I might be a little off on that, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's if you watch my channel, you know that I love cross stitch collectibles, and I have multiple projects of theirs that I work on, but that is just one of my favorites, and I'm so happy that we got it, framed up, and it looks as good as it does. So, but I have progress for you guys this week. I have progress, but only on one piece, because I have reached that stage of Reaper where I have to get it finished. It is almost achingly, like an aching need to get this finished at this point. Despite everything else I have to do, the only thing I'm stitching on right now is Reaper, sadly and goodly. So the reason why is because, kind of like a really long road trip, or maybe like you're on like a multi-hour trip to get back home, or to get someplace that you really want to be, and you're just kind of getting to that point of the road trip where like you're like maybe an hour from home, and you know the area, and you're like, I just want to be there already. And so you're kind of trying to go as fast as you can while being safe. That's where I'm at with this cross stitch. So I did a little over 2,500 stitches on Reaper this week. It was a lot. I can't even tell you how many hours it was, but it was a lot of hours. So specifically 2,520 stitches. So for those who have been waiting to see a bit more of Reaper's face, here you go. He's coming in. So we've got the chin going, we got the teeth kind of popping up here a little bit. Just got a lot of detail. For whatever reason, I've focused more on this side, probably just because sort of the innate bias to go left to right for me. And but I've got to, got to move across. So it's coming together. It's looking really good. I'm loving it. I've got a few pieces here and there that I need to, like a couple stitches around here. And when I actually like finish the stitching, I'm going to have to take it off of this and go back through and just make sure that I fill in any little missing stitches that I may have on it, because there's going to be probably a dozen or more that I just missed at some point or another, because the stitching is so, for me, the stitching is so small. I will do a live stream when I come down to the last couple hundred stitches on this bad boy. When is that going to be? Who knows? It could be as early as Sunday, and it could be in a week. But you know how we were talking about how it's going to be done at the end of March? It's going to be done a lot sooner than that. So, and the reason why I have really started pushing on this is because I want to do other things. I have projects of my own that I want to get into. I want to move on with Rainy Waterloo Place and continue working on that. But I want to really focus on my own designs, some of the ones that I have shown you guys before, but also I've got some new stuff that I really love. I'm going to show you here in just a minute, but specifically like the Lincoln Memorial one I want to do. I want to finish the Empire State Workers. We need to get these things framed up and looking awesome, and probably when Reaper gets done, we'll really jump into doing the framing. Am I going to show that? Am I going to, I don't know, because I haven't framed in forever, because, hello, finishes are, I don't want to say rare, but I don't want to say it, but it is rare. I think I had one finish, maybe two, all of last year. Yeah, so two finishes in the last year. And so I'm gonna get this one done. I kind of still want to get Boba Fett done, but I'm not that like vested in Boba Fett being finished. So you know, I'll probably just stitch a little bit at a time. But after that, I really want to jump into some of my own designs, and I've kind of been branching out on the designs as of late. I would like to do some things that are artistic but smaller, a little easier for you guys to stitch perhaps, and for myself, if I'm trying to finish my own pieces, I need to actually make them such that they are finishable in a reasonable amount of time. So per that, oh wait, I didn't show you the big, so how many stitches do I have left on Reaper? 3,163. I still have Rainy Waterloo up there, but I haven't really, you can see this, the ring light there. So I did 2,520 stitches. I'm at 93.3% done, 3,163 stitches to go. So no doubt later today I will drop under that 3,000 stitch mark. By the time that we do the live stream tomorrow, I'll probably be under, about 2,500 stitches to go maybe. Yeah, it's really funny too, because the pattern is so dispersed with the colors that of the 18 or so colors that I'm using for Reaper, like I haven't finished a single color yet. Like I think the lowest color count I have is maybe like 40, and the highest is maybe like 300 or something. It's just, everything is so blended together that, yeah, at some point I'll start finishing colors off and go, woohoo, one color done. And so, but anyway, I just something to say. And if you're interested in the pattern, I keep forgetting to tell you guys this, Pain Free Crafts is where I got it. P-A-I-N-E, Free Crafts is, they have an Etsy store, website. They're all over the place. A lot of places carry them. You can also buy it through your local needle workshop. So any place like that. So, but let me show you guys what I have been working on, because I'm excited about some of this new direction. So the other thing that I'm trying to work on is a little bit of text design on cross stitch patterns, and so I'm just sort of learning it, but I'm learning it old school right now first. There's a great video by Peacock and Fig that walks you through sort of how you go about, I mean, because she basically goes through it like by hand. And I appreciate that, because I want to know, like, my hand needs to work it first before my brain can put it on a computer. So so I've just been playing around with that a little bit. I don't have anything ready yet, but I'm working on a couple things at some point coming up. But, you know, just some cool stuff, some funny sands or something. But anyway, so let me show you what I have. I printed these out. They came out a little small, on the small side, but the patterns are smaller, so maybe that's why. So first new design in the store that's available as a digital copy right now, the physical one will be available shortly, is Penguin Christmas is what I call it. I love me some penguins, but check out that adorable little thing. It's about 56 colors or so. Do I have two pieces of paper? I do. I have two pieces of paper. That's why it looks funny. So it's a little Merry Christmas vintage thing, but it's not very large in my world. 196 by 173. So definitely smaller than a lot of the things that I have put out so far. And with only 56 colors or so, it's not terrible to do, but I just love that. I love that. And it's got the little blue trees in the background, the little snowy blue trees. So I like me some penguins. They're adorable. Next up is, I want to start doing some watercolor stuff. Now, people ask me, you know, are those copyright images? And everything that I use, to the best of my knowledge and ability, when I search for things that I want to make cross-stitch patterns of, I go to sites that promise that these are copyright-free, they're free for commercial use, so I'm not stepping on any toes, and I'm not doing anything wrong by taking these and working with these. And then also, just so you know, if somebody else has the same pattern on Etsy, it's because they went and got the same picture I did, which I'm trying not to do anything duplicate, but I also, you know, I'm trying out some different things. So this next one is actually a watercolor painting, excuse me, converted to cross stitch, and it's of a beagle, cross stitch beagle, watercolor beagle is what I call it. And so I really like this one. This one, like, those eyes are just so perfectly done, and I really, really love it. Stitch count is 132 by 192, so smaller than the penguin one. It is full coverage in the sense that, like, everything is listed to be, you know, what do you call it, stitched, but certainly that can be altered if you wanted to. You could, you know, stitch this on a off-white or even a white Aida and just not stitch the outside part, but however you want to do it. But either way, it's not terribly big. Not terribly big. So, sorry, I apologize for my accent. Sorry. And then lastly, another watercolor. And I actually have a few more of these coming out. This feels like 2 pages, but I think I just printed it on a really thick piece of stock paper. But this is another pattern that I really love. And like I said, I have 2 more versions of this. Well, let me just show you. It's an eyeball. A watercolor blue eye is what I call it. And this one is about 226 by 131. I tried making it smaller, but man, I started losing the details on it. So you start losing those reflections, you start losing the little shine that it has. But because there's a little green right around the center of the iris there, and but that's the watercolor blue eye. And I have a few more eyes. I have a few more eyeballs that I'm going to put up on the store. But I will endeavor to try and make them a bit smaller. But the key thing is that it has to look good. You know, if you shrink something down just to make it smaller, I mean, to be perfectly honest, you're going to end up taking away the detail. And so I try to limit colors as much as I can, just so that you guys aren't like doing a bunch of, and this is, all these patterns are basically like about 55 colors, which is a little more, but they're more colorful. So that's kind of why I did that. And you wouldn't think that this watercolor eye would be like 50 colors, but I'm telling you, it is. Inside that eyeball, blues and greens and all kinds of things in there. So, but there's that. But so there's 3 new patterns on the site, on Etsy. The link will be down below. Throat's a little scratchy this morning, but that's pretty much it. If you didn't see last week's show, I got a Terry Fox up, and it had some Canadian folks that were real thanking me. Holy cow! That liked this one. This is a grayscale pattern. This guy, truly amazing. He passed away a long time ago from the cancer that took his leg, and he's pretty awesome. But this is a grayscale if you ever wanted to do that one. And then I still got my Valentine's Day sweethearts. These are cute. I love this one. And so it's absolutely adorable. But so the goal basically is to try and create maybe some medium-sized cross-stitch stuff that is a little bit easier for everybody to kind of work on. So Captain McChirpy Pants the bird just kind of flapped his wings over there. But I have a couple of days off in a row here. I've got a Wednesday and a Thursday off in the middle of the week, which is very unusual for me. And I'm excited to kind of do some things. I need to expand I need to clean. You can't tell. You can kind of tell back here a little bit, but I need to clean and I need to organize. I need to push my office back just a little bit give myself a little bit more room. But I'm actually filming in the daytime today, which is why you can see me a little better. I look a little brighter because usually I'm filming at night, but it's almost daylight savings time, so no more of that for a while. Got a little fuzzy going through. So, gonna be streaming tomorrow morning, my normal time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. I hope you guys can join me, just as we keep pounding away at the Reaper here and getting them done, because honestly, I feel like we get Reaper done and better days are coming. Better days are coming. There's another. Oh, see, this is my problem. I find these patterns that I love, and these designs, and I make them, and then I'm like, I want to stitch that. And so there's one coming up that I may have to start, but I need to enhance it a little bit. I need to make it look a little bit better. When I first saw it, I was absolutely like, oh my God, I must stitch this. And I thankfully have kind of backed off just a smidge. I had to sleep on it, but I still want to do it. It's, I can't even tell you about it yet, but I need to kind of fix some things up a little bit on it. It's not quite ready as a pattern to be displayed. So, but that's all I got. I hope you guys are doing great. Other than that, we're doing great. Everything's good. We're staying healthy. And it's almost March. It's practically March. And every day we're closer to getting out in the world and getting things back to the way they used to be, or at least to a better way. So stay safe, be good to each other, be nice, and happy stitching. And I will talk to you guys real soon.